After months of speculation, what if Ice Blast is refurbished and reopens at the Pleasure Beach? Hello everyone, I'm Scott. You're watching Your Experience Guide, and yes, it's another Blackpool Pleasure Beach speculation video. Oh, I really do love these kind of videos on this channel, but there's always something to talk about at the Pleasure Beach, and once again, we have more Ice Blast things to look at, speculate on, talk about rumours. It's a never-ending conversation, which is great for me as a YouTuber. So today, I'm going to look at the situation where from last week onwards we started to see some work happening with Ice Blast for the first time since last year. As a bit of a recap then, end of last year, rumours started that Ice Blast would not open in 2024 and would actually be removed at the end of this year to make way for a new attraction in 2025. Fast forward to the opening weekend of the Pleasure Beach, and before the park had even opened, there was a tweet put out there by Amanda Thompson OBE, the managing director of the park, saying stop listening to ridiculous rumours, Ice Blast will come back, it's waiting for a part, she knows the facts. And we all doubted it because of the state that Ice Blast was in, and as the months have gone on, there's been no work going on with Ice Blast, and I think that people were well within their rights to speculate. Will it come back? Will it just stay there? Will it get removed? But with nothing going on, it very much looked like it was going to be removed. Fast forward to August 2024, the news about an Intamin gyro swing coming to Blackpool Pleasure Beach through a loan secured by the Pleasure Beach with NatWest. These documents are then leaked online, and we all assume that Ice Blast will be going and this gyro swing is going to replace Ice Blast. But what if that's not the case? Well, it might actually not be the case. For the first time this season, there was actively work going on in park hours around Ice Blast. It started with cabling being removed, cut down and taken away from it. The following day, the inspection platforms were removed from the gondola, and then following on from that, bolt loosening was starting to happen with the gondola, which would suggest that the gondola is going to be taken apart and removed off the tower. Upon seeing all of these photos online, I think it was easy for everyone to assume that this is it. Ice Blast is going to be removed. But I think we all have to look at it another way and say, well, if they are going to refurb Ice Blast, then they are going to have to take the gondola off anyway and have access to the centre of the tower where the big blue and red cylinders are, because I believe they are part of the problem and why Ice Blast has not been open in 2024. Again, that could be wrong. That's just what I've heard through various sources. So to access this part of the ride, then they probably will need to start taking it apart to get into the centre to start changing things. We may even see the top lifted off, which wouldn't be the first time in recent years. And that might be how they take the big blue and red cylinders in and out of the ride. Or they may be able to refurb them from inside of the tower. Until that part arrives that the Pleasure Beach have said that they're waiting for, and until the work starts taking place on various little bits of the tower, then we're just going to have to wait and see what the actual work is that they're going to do on it to get it back open, if that's what they are doing. But if all the new rumours are to be believed from various sources, then I think we should probably start expecting Ice Blast to be around in 2025 and open to the public. So assuming that Ice Blast does in fact reopen for 2025 and is back on the lineup at Pleasure Beach, this could mean if the Intamin gyro swing also opens in 2025, a classic Pleasure Beach attraction has been refurbished and reopened, but also a new ride opens at the park as well. Now of course, a lot of people thought the Intamin gyro swing would go where Ice Blast is, but I think now, if Ice Blast does definitely stay, then we can certainly start turning our attention to the gyro swing going towards the fountain at the Pleasure Beach, opposite the river caves, in place of the arcade building. It would look very good there from the seafront for people who were watching the big one and watching this awesome, large new ride swinging one way and then the other behind the big one. And for people on the ride, they're going to get great views of the big one. They're going to get great views of the seafront, the beach, of the Pleasure Beach. It is going to be an awesome location for that ride, should it go there. Obviously, I'm hoping it's the biggest model of the Intamin gyro swing. They are awesome rides. They have a lot of airtime, they're very forceful, and the views as well will be incredible and not like any of the existing Intamin gyro swings, which will not have views like the one that Pleasure Beach will have if it goes where the arcade is, the Bowlerdrome building, across from the river caves. So in my personal opinion, if Ice Blast stays and the Intamin gyro swing opens where the Bowlerdrome building is, I am all for it. I'm not worried about Ice Blast not being themed to Valhalla. I'm not worried about a gyro swing not having a Valhalla theme and being somewhere else than other than by Valhalla. For me, it's a good thing because Pleasure Beach have got an additional ride that they didn't have, as well as a classic ride that everyone used to love, back open. And I think that everyone gets the best of both worlds. Then you get an extra attraction, especially in the form of an Intamin gyro swing that takes 40 odd people a time. Then you've got the added capacity of Ice Blast being back open. All of a sudden, it just seems a lot better to visit the Pleasure Beach if that's the case. So those are the latest rumours about Ice Blast and the gyro swing at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Now normally, in one of these videos around this point in time, I would start talking about whether I believe these new rumours or not. I'm not going to do that today. I think that I've spoken about Ice Blast and the gyro swing probably quite enough in this video, on social media and in videos before this one recently. So at this point in time, I'm just going to see what happens from here. And with season pass renewals coming up, hopefully we'll get some announcements from the Pleasure Beach soon. So that is all from me today in this video. So I'm very interested to see what everyone else thinks. Do you think Ice Blast is going to return to the lineup at Pleasure Beach for 2025? Will it return with a new name and a new theme? And what will happen with the Intamin gyro swing? Will it go opposite the river caves, or will it go somewhere else in the park, or will it even happen? Let me know in the comment section below. Many thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.